Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Amphibia Season 3, Episode 14, titled The Root of All Evil and the Core and the King. And the planters get stuck in a strange village of plant lovers, and King Andreas confronts the demons of his past. I feel like I've got to add emphasis onto that second half because this seems like it's going to be a lore heavy episode where we're actually getting Andreas's backstory. It's probably the episode we see from the promo stuff that it's got the pink frog and the green toad and Andreas looking up at the prior ruler of Newtopia, which I assume would be Andreas's dad. But, well, don't know until we actually watch the episode. But, yeah, as always, the subtitles for the episode will be on the bottom part of the screen, and you can just sync up your version of the episode to that in 3, 2, 1, go. And we've got no intro. Okay. So either this first part needed the extra time, or more likely, the second part does. Bad throw ball. Oh god. Wasn't he a good salesman? How did they not hear that? Here's a question. Other than that show of strength, why do they have Loggle with them? Well, this is a cult town. Oh, this is creepy. That's why it's a hidden village. Yeah, that's fair. I've got a literal corn here. This is just a big cucumber. Oh, I just realized they don't have subtitles on. There we go. It looks a little run down. You're dead, aren't you? Apothecary? That would explain it. Oh, come on. Did you not question how Andreas was getting these spores? Alright, because Bessie would eat. They've got their fire robos. Just feed the whole bloody beetle too. Okay. Impressive. Why weren't you already doing that? It's a scarecrow. Yes, yes, you did. Fair enough. Okay, so that was a very interesting episode. I was not expecting the return of Apothecary. I also said I would never call him that, and yet here I am. So I thought that Andreas had captured Jeremy the beetle and was using him to reproduce the spores and all that. However, it now turns out that they're just off doing their own thing and made a farming town. I was right. Was a cult. Was not a new cult though. It was the same one we saw last time. But yeah, not really much to go deeper in because it was a pretty straightforward recruitment episode. Very interested to see who voiced some of those characters because their names did seem familiar. But then again, I wasn't able to pick up Whoopi Goldberg last episode, so I'm not the best when it comes to voices. So, yes. So now we've got half of a caravan of catapult makers joined the resistance. We've got Beatrix and her Toad army joined the resistance. All of Wartwood, and now Apothecary's hive mind farming community. It is able to turn robots into farmland, I guess. I don't know what the actual name of the whole tilled area of a farm is. And they can turn them into scarecrows as well. But yes, I'm trying to think of things to actually break down about that episode, but I just want to get on to the next half of the episode, so I guess that's what we'll do. The Core and the King is starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, hang on. Gonna need to restart that because audio is out of sync. Starting again. If I can get hopefully that's better. Not what I was expecting from LOOOOORE. And fall. Yep, definitely planter ancestor. I was right in saying that wasn't the core saying it. So he's not entirely on board with everything. Oh, they've got an actual portal. Huh. So there was an asteroid coming down for... So the crown can take over... That explains the moss man that is near Wartwood. Oh, bollocks. That was okay, that was dense. Um wait, there's a lot to break down in that episode. Just gonna let this wee. Interesting. There's so much in that episode. Okay. First off, gonna pause here so I can actually rewatch the episode, collect my thoughts about it, and also look up the names of the characters and all that. However, that has built on a lot of things and has proven and disproven a lot of theories from several people that I've seen. But be back in a sec. And we're back. Okay, so I've written pretty much a breakdown of the episode, but it's nothing like what my breakdowns used to be. These are just dot points of things that I thought were interesting in the episode. But obviously not all of these are going to be touched upon. In fact, the only thing that really needs to be touched upon is just how much of Marcy is still present within the core. Like, it's investigating her technology, took apart her phone. It's given itself the name Darcy based on a video game she liked playing. It's still got her personality quirks and eats her favorite food. It's trying to purge itself of redundant memories, which are likely duplicate ones from every time it indoctrinates a new mind. So like the learning to walk, learning where things are, all stuff like that would be duplicated. So maybe Marcy is not as locked away as it would like, which means there could be some talk no jutsu done to bring her forward to temporarily disrupt the core. The majority of the episode is a flashback to just before Andreas took the throne. We see a few examples of Utopian language, like the story picks up the painting from, likely says get your portrait, because we can't see the first word or the first half of the last word. However, it says your and TRAIT as the second half of a word, so you assume that's what it meant. And also the one that's on the screen that flashes up just says what's written on the top of that screen. We learn the names of the toad and the frog as Barrel and Leaf respectively. The note that she leaves for him reads, "I'm in the garden working on a surprise." However, surprise is spelt without the first R, so sometimes the Newtopian doesn't actually translate the exact way they want it to be done in the episode, because remember back on the vase about seeking the Mother of Olms, I noticed that there were words, like a sentence was flipped in half, so maybe they were trying to change up a couple words, or maybe it was just a mistake. Also, it seems that they've developed a sort of blacklight technology in those glasses, because she's probably using the same technique she did that Dr. Jan discovered the message using a blacklight when Andreas needs his glasses to read it. The surprise turns out to be the same dance that Sprig used in Anne vs. Wild, which pretty much confirms that she's his ancestor. It also apparently works on toads, or maybe Barrel's just a moron. What surprised me is the fact that all of Newtopia was okay with the whole interdimensional conquering thing. Like, I figured that well, I mean, it was, but I figured that finding out that Andreas was conquering is what drove apart the trio, not the fact that it's just that conquering too much has thrown the universe off balance. It's interesting that Andreas was initially opposed to genociding the humans, but his father quickly manipulated him to being on board by giving him the key, just like he manipulated him with the implanting doubt about his friendship with Leaf and Barrel that leads to him seeing Leaf as just trying to get things out of him when she asks him to just stop using the box. The things that Leaf sees in the premonition is Andreas's mining operation that we saw in Olivia and Unan, the music box opening on its pedestal, the mural that Sasha and Grime uncover in true colours, the shot of Newtopia rising from true colours, that mural of the Calamity Trio versus the embodiment, the metaphorical embodiment of the worst Amphibia has to offer, because I've been told that's apparently what that creature is meant to be. And she sees an asteroid about to make impact with Amphibia, which she leads into the whole, they may have upset the delicate ecosystem of the multiverse, leading to catastrophic things from the continued use. This is where the king then builds upon the doubt that he had planted in Andreas's head earlier that day. At the end of the episode, we find out how that whole frogs, toads, newts dynamic sort of came to be, with Andreas saying that the toads need to be kept in check because of what Leaf did, and Barrel was being reassigned to monitor them based on his failure to capture Leaf when he had the chance. He slashes the portrait of them, and that's how we cut back to present time, with him watching it burn in the fireplace. However, just before he turns away from it to go finish up what the core is doing, we hear Leaf's voice saying, "Together we can use your power for good." And he gives a forlorn sigh. So, I've been saying for a while, do I think Andreas is going to turn good? No. Do I think Andreas will be fighting against the core in the final battle? Yes. Whether it's a last minute betrayal or the core casts him aside and he's like, fuck this, I'm going to go team up with these people to screw over the core like it did me. And with him ultimately, I guess, pulling a Shadow Weaver, sacrificing his life to take down the enemy. And then the episode ends with the core's optimization process completing. The Newtopian on the screen read memory. Let me try that again. Memory wipe in progress. I don't know why I flubbed that line. And then when Andreas wakes it up, it asks him if he's ready to start invading Earth, which me and a few others were right. We are heading back to Earth. Now, I like the Earth stuff. I know a lot of people didn't, but I liked it. I'm hoping we get to see the FBI and all that fighting against the core's army and all that. However, do I think they'd stand much chance? Yeah, pretty much, considering Anne and the Boonchos were able to wipe out the most advanced version of those robots we'd seen using a yard sign, a pole. So it seems like there's going to be a part of the fight on Earth, while also there's a fight going on in Amphibia. But that's about all I wanted to touch on with these final thoughts. There's a lot of implications that can arise from this episode. However, I don't want to touch on them because either I'm going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. And either way, I don't really just... I mean, obviously those are the two options. I don't know what my brain's trying to get me to say, but I just don't want to put them in this video. I may do a further video later down the track. Anyway, catch you in the next one.